Yo guys, Zakaragi here for a performance review for the Ning Ultralight 2025. So just how good is the lightest basketball shoe on the market? Well, before I tell you guys that, I need you to do me a favor and drop a like, drop a comment, and if you're feeling so generous, maybe even subscribe to the channel also, because I really need this engagement. That way the algorithm sees that and helps promote this video. So go ahead and do all of that so I can continue to make videos like this. So without further ado, let's get into the good, the bad, and the ugly, and starting with traction. And oh my goodness, this was such a top tier feature of the shoes, guys. So if you didn't see my first impressions video, basically this shoe has a decoupled outsole design that has GCU rubber on the forefoot and Tough OS rubber in the heel area. And let me tell you, the way these things grip the floor was insane, guys. Like, these have elite traction on clean courts. Literally no problems at all. You might even pop your hip out trying to stop on a dime with these, but even on the dusty courts, they did pretty well, honestly. So with my experience with GCU with the weight 11s, now with the solid rubber GCU, I did have some problems with dusty courts, but with these guys right here, literally no problems at all. Yes, they do pick up dust, but honestly, it doesn't really affect the overall performance all too much, which I was really happy about. Yeah, here and there you may have to wipe, but it's really not frequent whatsoever. And one wipe and you're good to go, honestly. But I will note that the Tough OS rubber does pick up a little more dust than the GCU rubber, so I did notice the Tough OS part in the heel slipping out a little bit here and there. Nothing crazy, honestly, but just keep that in mind also if you are someone who kind of moves on their heels a little bit more. But all in all, guys, you're going to get top tier elite traction from these, because I really felt like I had full confidence because of how good the traction was to be able to go out on court and do whatever the hell I wanted. I really felt like I had a slight edge over my defender, knowing that my traction was just so damn good on these shoes. So when it comes to this cushion setup, we have a combination of Light Foam Ultra and Super Boom Foam, and this is a deadly combo together, guys. It's like Kobe and Shaq, MJ and Pippen, Steph and Clay, Braun and Wade, whatever duo you want to use to compare how good these feel on feet. Think about that, because these feel unreal. You're really getting the whole package in this tiny lightweight setup. I mean, you're getting comfort, you're getting bounciness, responsiveness, impact protection, all at the same time, while still getting good court feel. And it's not so soft, it's actually pretty stable of a cushion setup. So that's just super impressive to me, guys, that the brand was able to encompass all of that in this lightweight package we have here. Like, I don't see any other brands doing it like this. Like, this is insane to me, guys. I'm actually pretty mind blown thinking about it, of my experience with these on feet. Like, right from the minute that I started playing in these, I could already feel how good they were. They didn't need any break-in time whatsoever. So this is really a setup that I can't see anyone complaining about, honestly, unless you really need a tremendous amount of cushion in your shoes. But really, anybody, any type of player or playstyle can get down with these, in my opinion. Now, moving along to the materials, and despite it being thin and lightweight, they're actually surprisingly durable and supportive as well, just based off of my experience. So there's no break-in time needed. They're good to go right out the box. They move well with the foot. There's a lot of breathability you're getting, especially from the toe box area, so that way your dogs can breathe a little bit more. And there's just enough padding to keep things comfortable without weighing you down, which I really appreciated also. But I do want to point out, I do have some problems with the materials. The first one being that because they are so thin, especially in the toe area, if you do stub your toe by any way possible, you really feel that a lot more, because there's nothing really cushioning that sort of impact from when you stub it and whatnot. And I do want to point out that if you are sort of like a pro athlete who is very, very explosive, now I don't know just how well these materials are going to support you. Coming from me as just an average athlete, you know, they work well for me and they contain my foot very well. But for the pro athlete, I don't know how well these are going to contain your foot, honestly. Do keep in mind though, like Fred VanVleet wears these all the time in the NBA, and other pro players probably overseas wear these all the time, so they probably have access to multiple pairs on end. So if you are someone who is probably a semi-pro or a pro on the lower levels and you don't really have a shoe deal like that, I don't know if maybe these materials are going to hold up for you, so maybe you got to buy multiple pairs. I don't know, but just keep that in mind. So when it comes to the lockdown support of the shoes, that's another aspect that I was very impressed about because it wasn't compromised at all, just given the lightweight build of the shoes. So typically when it comes to lighter weight shoes like this, they will sort of sacrifice on the support of the shoes, and that's not the case for these guys right here. So when it comes to the lockdown, honestly, I had no problems at all. Once you lace them up, they're good to go. The tongue is sort of gusseted, so that does help with the overall lockdown and keeping your foot nice and secure. But once you lace them up, you honestly shouldn't have any problems. And then when it comes to the support, now my only issue with this aspect is the fact that I wish that the heel counter was a little bit more substantial, especially for people who actually need more heel support and better containment in that respect. So when I was playing in these, there was one instance where I actually went up for a layup, and when I landed, I could kind of feel the heel containment was a little off on that lateral side to side plane when I actually landed on the ground. That was the only instance where I actually noticed that. Other than that, I haven't experienced that ever again. So just keep that in mind if you're someone that needs more heel support in your shoes. But when it comes to the other aspects of the support, I mean, you got a midfoot shank plate that's made of TPU, and it does do a great job of adding torsional support and rigidity to the shoes, while also making sure that your foot doesn't flex or move in weird ways that it shouldn't. And these guys do a really good job of returning energy when you load into it, like a diving board effect too, which I really appreciated. Also, there is this TPU piece within the midsole right here, so that helps with the overall stability that the midsole can offer you, while also giving you better lateral containment because you do sit within this midsole when you are putting these on, so that helps in cradling your foot. So when you do any sort of side-to-side lateral movement, whether you're doing like a crossover, maybe even a step back or playing defense, the shoes will do a good job of protecting your foot so it doesn't slide off of the footbed. Also, the base that the shoes has is pretty good because we do have this exaggerated outrigger right here. The base itself is a bit wider, and then we do have another outrigger, a tiny one at that, on the back part right here where the heel area is. So all in all, stability is a strong point of the shoes. And then when it comes to the sizing and fit of the shoes, they do run narrow, so I'd recommend going true to size if you're not a wide footer. Wide footers should go a half size up if you get the chance to. Definitely try these on in store first. But overall, this is one of the most impressive and innovative shoes that I've tried on in a while. They're currently my go-to hoop shoes. I honestly love playing in these. These are an early contender for best performing hoop shoes of the year in my books. These right now are at the #1 spot, so we'll see if these get dethroned later on throughout the year. But comment down below and let me know what you think about these shoes, and if you've played in them, share your experience with everyone in the comments down below. We're at that point in the video now. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for #Zacharagi, what you rockin'. And for today, I have another very lightweight shoe right here that I'm looking forward to playing in. So these are the 361 BioSpeed BBs. Review coming soon, guys. Stay tuned. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you guys have a good one. I'm signing out. Peace.